Hi everybody, my name's Tyler Blackwell. Welcome to another edition of Rostie Talks. I'm joined here today by Richard Fernandes of the Staffing Exchange. Richard's been in the industry for 25 years now and is actually leading a global push in reinventing the role of the recruiter. How you doing, Richard?
Fantastic.
I'm doing great. Good.
Very happy to be here. In 25 years I feel like I'm old and decrepit, but I don't think that's the case. We're leading the charge and consolidating a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Great. So the Staffing Exchange, obviously you are the CEO of the company. Could you just let everybody know a little bit more about the Staffing Exchange?
Sure. We recognize that the staffing industry is highly fragmented, and frankly it's a broken industry. And what I mean by that is you've seen other industries fix themselves around a platform. And we also didn't have training certification. We're an unlicensed industry, so what we've done is become a service provider. We train, certify, provide technology, accounting, and many services to headhunters that want to build their business.
Now I hear that word headhunter get tossed around quite a bit, and I must say it does have a bit of a negative connotation. Where do you differ from the quote-unquote headhunter as opposed to sort of what you do?
Right, so in terms of how we are redefining the industry, we've actually trademarked a new term called career broker. And it's ironic because on Wall Street and now on Bay Street we have career brokers, so we can broker careers. And that trademark led us to recognize that the Staffing Exchange really is an exchange.
Right.
An exchange of people looking for better opportunities, unlike the job boards, which really can be somewhat generic and frankly don't have the confidentiality that you'd like to have by having your own career broker.
Right. So what do you think would be the biggest difference between the industry maybe 20 years ago as opposed to where it's at now?
Sure, I think what's happened in the last 20 years is that we've lost the human touch. We've seen technology step in, job boards and emails and the shaking of a hand, meeting
Right.
somebody. Interviews have lost their real essence because they're done over computers. So we got to get back to some of the what I call old school of traditional human resources and putting the human back in human resources.
Now after 25 years of experience in the industry, you obviously are quite passionate about what you do. What is it that inspired you to become not only a headhunter back in the day, but now a consolidator, a staffing exchange member and CEO of the company?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was interesting, again, 25 years later, and 25 years older, should I say, I realized that most people aren't happy in their jobs, and it's statistically proven over 80% of people that are gainfully employed are unhappy. So how do you find a new opportunity? You're working.
Right.
And you can't put your resume on job boards where everyone knows you're looking. So how do you figure out a way to help people move to something better? Could be better location, better money, it could be more motivation, career advancement. But if we have stockbrokers, insurance brokers, real estate brokers, then why don't we have someone helping people to move their careers?
Right.
And that's interesting because that led us to our platform, which is the multiple career listing platform, which again is about redefining the industry and bringing it back to what it was, which is human connectivity.
So this new platform that you're talking about, obviously a very key piece of technology that has sort of come along over the past, I don't know how many years do you figure it has been around for?
Now it's been about 6 years, and what's important about the platform is it has to connect career brokers with candidates and with our clients. And no different than if Airbnb or Uber built a platform to create the buyers and the sellers.
Right.
We are doing the same thing with our technology. People can list themselves confidentially with a career broker by industry. So if you're a doctor, we have brokers that specialize in family medicine. We have brokers specializing in transportation, accounting, sales and marketing, manufacturing. So we see as a broker for every industry, no matter what the function, industry, level, or location. And that's the alignment of that platform.
Okay. Now with this platform only being relatively new to the industry, what technological advances do you see over maybe the next 5 or maybe 10 years that could even help your business succeed even further?
Well, we all talk about the Internet of Things, and now we're going to the Internet of Everything. And as we see our smartphones become great, even closer to being a computer, it's going to connect people to their career broker quicker, and clients to connect to career brokers quicker. In other countries of the world, in fact, there are headhunters that are strictly on their mobile phones, moving to meet people all the time, and we're going to become more of a mobile workforce, as we all know, with the number of people now that are operating from many locations.
So with with being in the industry for so long, you've obviously cemented yourself within the staffing exchange. How many countries do you operate in at this point?
Currently we're in North America, so
Okay.
we're operating in the US in many states, all across Canada in every province.
Okay.
And we see North America as one large marketplace. In fact, it's valued at over $140 billion. And again, it's made up of 16,000 recruiting companies,
Wow.
all fighting for the same piece of the pie. And my philosophy is that if you look at a shared economy, if you share more, you're going to be more successful.
Right.
There's a big enough pie for everybody.
Right.
The multinationals control half of that revenue, and the rest is really many small to medium-sized companies that are all spending a lot of money and a lot of resources and fighting over that other part of the pie. But I believe if you create collaboration and you create a shared economy, we all win.
Yeah, I totally agree. Toronto obviously is your home office. You're located here at the Rostie Group.
Right.
How is it that you did hear about the Rostie Group?
Well, you know, Rostie, interesting, welcome to 25 years later, social media. I mean, they're on Twitter, on Facebook, so I'm into it, I guess, through some of our colleagues and seeing the Rostie Group meetings and the Rostie Group co-sharing, which is interesting because we had not seen a model that would allow our organization to have a head office where many of our brokers can visit.
Right.
In fact, we're right by the airport, so I can be in New York in 1 hour.
Yeah.
If I need to get on a train, I can be in Eastern Ontario within another 4 or 5 hours, or Montreal.
Yeah.
So this is a hub for us, and we call this our North American head office. So we can operate from here and accommodate all our training in one place, and we train very regularly. So it's really a function of finding the best resource that we could find.
Great. And obviously you've created a mainstay within our sales hub. What was it about the sales hub particularly that really gained your attraction to wanting to sort of be here long term?
But you know, it's interesting. We have a tagline that says, you know, don't work by yourself. Work for yourself, but not by yourself.
Right.
And sales can be very lonely. And when you put people together, there's an energy, there's a buzz, and it's kind of interesting because we're bringing career brokers to Bay Street, where the stockbrokers were in this wonderful place called a bullpen. That was the old school term. But when you put everyone together into a hub and a bullpen and a sales hub, everyone's ready to rock and roll. There's an energy, there's a bit of that Wolf on Wall Street. So
Right.
that was what was exciting to us coming here.
Okay. And what would you recommend to somebody who is maybe fresh out of school, not knowing really what it is that they want to do, have stumbled across the staffing industry and sort of wanted to maybe jump in?
Well, first of all, I'd tell them to give us a call. Obviously, you know, a lot of people aren't aware of this industry. This has been an industry you kind of bump into. People haven't looked at it as a profession, yet the average good headhunter can make a six-figure income. But it's not a profession in the general sense, so we're trying to help people see it, learn it, show them what this industry is all about, and give them an option. So hopefully in the next number of years, people will see that as a viable career, and come right out of school and come right into being a headhunter.
Okay. Alrighty, Richard, thank you very much for joining us here again on another edition of Rostie Talks. We look forward to speaking to you soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks.